Okay, so g'day, welcome back, and today I am at Cheung, and this is an island in Hong Kong, which is mostly made up of granite. And I'm at a picnic site, and as you can see, there's actually quite a lot of granite outcrops, but a lot of it's fairly worn. There is a main one over here, and a lot of it shows it is fairly large crystals. Now this stuff here, I'm not too sure what type of looks like granodiorite. So, and you've got a pavilion which you can get up and have a look at. So over there we are actually looking at China. Hong Kong Island's roughly around that way. So this is Chau, and this is the large baffle lift that is the Chau Peninsula, and that is where the formation gets its actual name from, the Chau Granite. So we'll just go down and have a look at the actual granite itself. So if we look up closely at the actual granite, you can see there's actually large crystals of quartz, and seems to be similar crystals of feldspar and probably some of biotite, but I don't see that many. It's too weathered to actually see any information about the actual biotite. I don't need the hat. So sometimes in this actual granite you can get apatite dikes. Looks like we've got one here. All it is just pretty much just fine grain plagioclase and quartz, and it's just in an intrusion in between the actual granite itself. This one we have an equigranular. I can see some biotite, see quartz. It looks like potassium feldspar, as well as probably sodium feldspar, so orthoclase and plagioclase in this rock. And as you can see, the crystals actually get quite big. And this is actually a pretty fresh outcrop for you to check out on the actual island of Chau. you can see the actual onion type weathering, which is pretty normal for granite. So wherever you see granites all around the world, it goes this pretty much rounded shape because of the actual crystals that are actually in the rock. Over there I believe is the same type of granite, and in the distance is a totally different rock. Yes, sedimentary rock usually it weathers at an angle of like 90 degrees. But the tide's actually coming in, so it's not really good to stay here. So it looks like we have a weakness, a crack in the actual or fault in the granite, which is being used by the actual water to actually break it apart. There's another fault system there, but it hasn't been penetrated as of yet. And this seems to have a lot more plagioclase, orthoclase than plagioclase. Seems to be quite pink. I can still see. And so close up, I can still see a lot of the quartz, and we have a lot of quartz there. We have some biotite as well. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a little bit of hornblende and amphibole, but most of it is pretty much just deficient in pretty much manganese and iron. It has a lot of potassium though. So this should have a lot of potassium, sodium, as well as calcium, which is pretty normal for a granite in Hong Kong. So this is part of the third phase of intrusion into Hong Kong. This granite's about 143.7 million years old. So this is part of an extension that occurred in Hong Kong, because down that way, which is towards the southeast, we had a subduction plate, and what that was doing, the subducting plate was melting, but it was not actually breaking through the actual crust, so it was actually pooling on top of the actual continental material. It was warming that continental material up. That continental material was actually melting, and then that was rising up to actually form the actual batholiths. It was also erupting rhyolite lavas as well as a lot of tuffs. So I'd say most of the rock in Hong Kong is actually welded tuffs, which is just an explosive volcanic form that forms when an actual volcano explodes. Rhyolitic material, because rhyolitic's it's not viscous, so it's actually not very runny, so it tends to explode because all the gases get trapped inside it, and it has nowhere to escape, so it just causes pressure to build up until it eventually explodes.